It's finally time to say goodbye. The next Valorant update is going to see changes to the game's map pool. Yes, the historically complicated Icebox is finally coming back with some anticipated changes, but Haven, the most iconic, most popular, and maybe even best map in the game, is out. Which has got a lot of people asking one question: why? We last saw an update to Valorant's map pool back in August of last year with the addition of Sunset and a reworked Breeze, along with the benching of Pearl and Fracture. In the months since, fans have been patiently waiting for another shakeup to the rotation, maybe more so than usual. Sure, Sunset is fine, but the changes made to Breeze haven't necessarily changed people's opinion of it. In fact, some people think it's even worse now, but more on that later. Plus, with ISO being a pretty damn fun addition to the roster and a new gun on the horizon, getting some love for the map pool has shot up in the community's priority list. Much to the joy of all 12 of us Icebox lovers out there, it is now back. But to the surprise of pretty much everyone, Haven is out. Now, although some actually embraced Haven getting a break, or have been straight up confused ever since it was leaked last week. And it's understandable. Haven is one of, if not the OG Valorant map. It's been around since the beta, and it's honestly what I think of when I think of the game. On top of that, there are other maps that could have, and maybe should have, been cycled out first. Primarily, Ascent. Now, to get it out of the way, I don't think Ascent is a bad map. In fact, I think it's a very good map. It's just gotten a little bit boring. In pro play, it can be an absolute slog to watch. For quite some time now, it's been pretty much the same comp with little to no experimentation. Jett, KJ, Omen, Sova, KO, both teams, same lineups, same executes, over and over and over again. In my own personal matchmaking, it's a little played out too. Sometimes feels like the sweatiest map in the rotation. And honestly, this is purely anecdotal, but it feels like the odds of me getting ran through by a 5-stack is a lot higher here. In defense of Haven, you could pretty much say the opposite. Sure, it's even older and by no means perfect, but it almost always feels unique, and in terms of pro play, sees some of the most agent variation. The third sight just works so well here. It opens up so many more options for rotations, defending, and attacking without it feeling too overwhelming in any given round. And being the first map that I ever saw or played, it just feels like home, sort of like Dust 2. So why did they take it out? And why instead of Ascent? Honestly, my best guess is age. Both maps have never been removed from the game, and since Haven was in the beta, it edges out ever so slightly. Now, is this a massive earth-shattering deal? No. To compare again, Dust 2 has been taken out, put back in, and taken out again, and no one has ever died. Realistically, Ascent is probably next in line, and hey, maybe it's true what they say, and absence does make the heart grow fonder. Now, does that make removing Haven a good idea? Well, given their recent track record with maps, that's a little hard to say. Like I mentioned before, I, like many others, aren't big fans of the reworked Breeze. And they removed Pearl right after making some pretty solid changes to it. Also, I've seen those leaked proposed changes to Lotus, and quite frankly, they look like shit on a map that I already don't like. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see when the new Icebox drops with Season 8 next week. Listen, that map has been through a lot, and if they can make everyone okay with it, that's a pretty damn good achievement in my opinion. Now, all this doesn't mean that they're going to make some massive changes to Haven. In fact, I don't think they're going to touch it at all outside of maybe a few visual tweaks. But given their recent track record with maps, anything is possible. With all that said, I want to know what you guys think. Was removing Haven a mistake? Should it have been Ascent? And how pumped are we that we're finally getting Icebox back? Statistically speaking, there should be like 3 of you who are. Happy New Year, everyone. This is my first time back since the new year. It's 2024. I don't have any resolutions per se. I pretty much do everything perfect the first time I try. My body's a temple. My brain is perfectly fine.